live. Let's. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Joey365 with another episode of Real African Stars. We got a great show for you today. We got a guest. I'm here with
O.
With O.
Yes, sir.
What up, O?
What's up?
Yeah. Introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, man, I go by O from Dallas Tech. Well, I'm from the Dallas area.
Okay.
From Dunksville, home of the Mighty Panthers.
Okay.
I go by the Real Ice O on Instagram.
Yeah, make sure you follow.
And YouTube.
The Real ISO on YouTube and on Instagram. Shout out to him, man. Yeah. Make sure you like, share, and follow the page, Real African Stars, as well as make sure you follow Real Joey365 on Instagram, and make sure you follow O. We got a great show for you today. We're going to cover a lot of topics, and with no further ado, let's just get into it, man. Let's get into it. All right. You familiar with Brittany Renner?
Yeah. I heard a lot of people familiar with her.
Yeah.
That's all I hear, though.
Yeah. So basically, now she's Brittany Renner is a known Instagram model slash influencer. If you're not aware of who that is. But now she's had a lot of controversy in the past, dating during her dating life and dating athletes. What else? What am I missing here? Just in general, she's just a controversial figure in general. Now the latest controversy with her is she's saying that she's converting to Islam. And let's watch the video and see what she has to say and why she's doing this. And we'll give our commentary at the end. All right. Let's play the video and let's see what she got to say.
Hi. So I'm currently cleaning house, out with the old and with the new, manifesting a new wardrobe, inshallah. I have no idea how this is going to look. I have contractual obligations, clothes to wear, posts to do, bills that have to be paid, and showing up the best I can, right? Because I know that it's not going to be perfect. I know that people may have a gripe. I mean, my arms are out, right? At first I was hot, and then I sweat like a puddle under my armpits. Not an excuse, but looking into Botox under my arms and finding clothes that are more aligned with where I'm headed, even if it's not to the book perfect. That's what this is all about for me, as I'm just gonna show up and give my best, and every day my best gets better.
All right, that was the clip. Let's do this here. So what do you think about the transition to Islam? You think it's genuine? You think Brittany's moving in the right direction, or you think this is just a ploy to get more attention?
Golly, who knows these days? Especially with people like her, attention is kind of how she gets paid. But with this, I think just overall, people are looking for direction and order in life as much as people try to buck against any kind of system or any kind of regiment. It's like when you're younger, you date a girl and she's like, oh, you're boring, but you're just regimented. You're just principled, and you buck against that kind of lifestyle so long, and then you find your life in shambles, and then you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do?
Me personally, I don't think it's genuine. As she's introducing herself in this new look, she's laughing. I'm not buying it. We've seen celebrities do this. We've seen Black China do this.
I think she's genuine.
Who, Black China?
Yeah, I think she's genuine.
I believe she's probably genuine, just because the fact that, to me, I think all her options are gone.
Who, Black China?
Yeah.
Why? You talking about options in the industry?
Yeah, in the industry, like she doesn't have any, nobody that I would take serious. I don't think she's taking anybody serious, or anybody serious would really consider her like, oh, I want to go date Black China. I doubt that.
Are you talking about guys in the industry or just like a well-to-do man?
A well-to-do man.
I don't agree with that.
So you think a well-to-do man would go for, let's say Brittany Renner, for example. You think just because she just changed her act and converted to Islam, you think somebody well-to-do is going to take her serious?
Man, if she didn't convert to Islam and change her act, some simp. Well, that's the thing. Like, women have something called vagina, so it's like a survival mechanism that they have. Like, somebody's always going to save them, especially if you're attractive. So
I think the simp is slowly dying out.
no, it's not, man. Simp,
You don't think so?
No, man. I just talked to one of my homeboys. He's traveling right now. He's overseas and he was talking about how like these very elite, beautiful women are all with these fat, slob looking dudes that have no game, and they're just pretty much paying for their lifestyle, where they're talking to guys that are less well to do, but are just genuine guys.
Okay.
So
well, I guess I'll have to agree with that, because I do see that a lot. They're never gonna post them niggas on whenever they're out on vacation or anything, but.
And that's the problem right there.
Yeah.
Because we don't demand. I'm not gonna say we, because I'll never trick, but like men, men have a lot more power than we give ourselves credit for. Like,
I agree with that.
You can't just let your woman behave anyway. Like, you can't tolerate and put up with bad behavior. All that hiding the guy and stuff like that. I'll be damned if I'm over here providing a chick, good life, and she's hiding me. That's like, that's what Christians do.
You've never taken a girl on a date and she snapped the food, but she don't snap you?
Nah, no. If she ever does that, she's taking an Uber home.
Okay.
On her own wallet, man. I'm not just capping for the internet. Like, you can't, as a man, you can't tolerate disrespect.
Yeah, definitely. I respect that. Yeah. But me personally, I don't think it's genuine. You're gonna see her do something wild in these. I don't believe it.
If she, that. When you say genuine, I'm like, do I think that she believes what she's saying? I do think that she believes that she's trying to convert, but when it comes to getting down to the nitty gritty, when it comes down to the standards that faith actually demands of you, will she be faithful to it?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, so that's two different things,
Because Islam's not like Christianity. You can fake. Well, I guess some people do it too in Islam, but they don't take Islam serious. But that's in this country. Americans are real loosey-goosey when it comes to religion. So, yeah. Or just the West in general, because it's like that in Europe too. Europeans don't take religion as serious either. So, yeah. But that was a little interesting topic.
So she's just a hoe with a hijab? That's what you're saying?
I've seen it all, bro. I'm not even surprised anymore, bro. Trust me. I'm not surprised. But yeah. So on this next topic, we have I guess a man getting married, and he tells his bride that when he originally met her, he just wanted to smash. And let's watch the clip, and we can give our input on the back end. Let's do it here. Let's watch this clip and see what he has to say, and give our input.
Real, me and you. I wish I did it back then, but I just wanted you, but I just wanted to hit back then. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen you. I ain't gonna hold you. You walked on the boat 2009. I saw you, little dark skin thing. And I'm like, yo, who was that? But you know what? I usually crack a Tracy smile and they come running. You? It took time.
As it should.
It took real time.
Okay, that was the clip. Let me scroll back over here. All right. Do you think there was something wrong with what he said in this clip?
There's nothing inherently wrong with what he said. It's just about the setting.
You think he was too honest?
I think it was just the setting. Don't ruin her day like that.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. I think it's good to be honest, but I think this is definitely not the right time. It just makes you, I don't even know how to
Look
put
unsophisticated.
Yeah, definitely. He could have probably told her this in a private moment, and they could have just laughed about it. But to bring it up on the wedding, I don't think it's the right setting. But a lot of people, I guess, like to be honest. I don't know.
I mean,
Well, not a lot of people, but
honesty's cool, but you gotta be wise about. You gotta pick your spots. Some things are just better remain unsaid.
yeah.
So.
But I guess that was a little short video that went viral this week, so I thought we'd talk about it a little bit. I guess there wasn't much to talk about. But on this next clip, we have a new law in Louisiana that says men who are, let me see, it says Louisiana becomes the first state to allow surgical removal of testicles as punishment for child molestation. That's big. And let's watch the clip and give our input.
Louisiana is now the first state in the country to allow convicted child rapists to be surgically castrated.
Capitol correspondent Chris Rosado has been following this for us for some time now. It's been a few years to get this one passed. He joins us now in the studio. Chris.
Yeah, well, like other bills we've seen become law this year, this was another one that took several tries to get it across the finish line. For the first time in the country's history, child rapists can now be ordered by a judge to have their testicles removed if the victim is under the age of 13 and the offender is older than 17. The law already allowed for judges to issue an order of chemical castration prior to the new law.
At the end of the day, I hope the kids know that they can feel safer, because there would be some real tough penalty actions that would occur when somebody violates their innocence.
The law also includes the crime of pornography involving juveniles as an underlying offense. And it's also not just limited to male offenders.
Unfortunately, females are molesting children as well, and that's a very sad thing to see and to hear. As a matter of fact, in one of the cases I was reading not too long ago, I read a case where that was actually happening with guards. With children in a particular facility.
However, there are some circumstances where the convicted offender might not qualify for the procedure, but that would be up to the judge and a doctor at the Department of Corrections.
The problem with something like this is, multifaceted.
Attorney Jill Craft says she understands what the law is intended to do, but says she anticipates it to be challenged in the courts, arguing it falls under cruel and unusual punishment.
It kind of harkens back to, if you steal from me, I'm going to cut off your hand. Okay, well, how come we don't do that in the United States anymore? Well, because it's cruel and unusual punishment.
Kraft explains how in most incidents of forcible rape, the act is done not so much out of some sick sexual desire, but something much more sinister.
It's not the notion of having sex with somebody for some sort of pleasure. It is the notion of domination and control. I understand what they think they were trying to accomplish. It's just this is not the way.
All right. That is an interesting one. So what is your take on that punishment? You think it's just?
Whew. Man, I think the problem with our society, people talking about we need laws for this, we need laws for that. I don't think we have enough punishments.
I agree with that.
I don't think our punishments are as harsh as they should be.
I agree with that.
It's like, there's no deterrent for any kind of wrongdoing. So, but as far as do I agree, I like how they put and I'm going to expand on this. I like how they put lower than 13 and older than 17.
But how does that work though? So if you're So what if you're 15?
Okay, so here's the thing. All right, you know, we have this thing that is a modern construct called teenage years.
Okay.
And you know, I tell my 15-year-old cousin all the time, like, you're not a child. I'm like, everything you're doing, you know full well what you're doing. You know, you just have no respect for authority. And you know, when I was a teenager, when I was 13, 14, I knew what I was doing. I may not have understood life, but I mean, I'm 37 now and I still don't fully understand life, but do I know if I'm doing right or wrong? Yes. So when we bring into the conversation somebody like R. Kelly, right? Mm-hmm. R. Kelly was a man that was, you know, he was enticing teenage girls to be in his harem or whatever, right? So 200 years ago, that wouldn't have been a thing. It wouldn't have been like, oh, he's a deviant, you know, because even like 100 years ago, even like a lot of people have grandparents who got married at like 15 years old and lived a full life. So would they say that, oh, well, you know, she was a child, you know, she shouldn't have married her husband, who was probably like maybe 5-7 years older than her at the time. So now, you know, that'd be 23 and 15, and they'd be like, oh, that's statutory rape. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not fully on board with classifying things the way we classify them. I think that we have a low standard for young people. You know, I believe that when you're 12, 13, then you should be identified as an adult, but with that, you should be trained as an adult. You should be training for like your career, and you know, women should be training for being a wife and motherhood and all that. But instead, we're up in junior high and high school learning stuff that never gonna do us any good in life. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So
let me draw you back to the original topic. Do you think that law is cruel?
No, I don't.
Your nuts cut off though?
I look, man. Like,
well, I got to go back to the crime. You
messing
with crime too.
You're messing with prepubescent children, individuals. Okay. You are sick. Yeah. You got a sickness. You know, because when we talk about pre-puberty, like as a boy, you can't even get an erection pre-puberty. You know, a girl, she's not even menstruating. You know what I'm saying? So there is no justification for something like that. That is, you are stealing a child's innocence. So yes, you
in the video they mentioned women as well. How would they punish women? What are they cutting off on a woman?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that's what I'm saying.
They cutting off her clit? Is that? Can I say that on the internet?
Clitoris?
Can I? Yeah. Are they cutting off her? Man, that's crazy.
Her labia major.
This is a tough law, man. So I don't think I think maybe the Supreme Court's probably strike down the law or something, or that punishment, because I don't see it. I don't see how they can just because I just don't see it. We're in America, right? Just like the lady said, this is cruel and unusual punishment.
According to who?
That's just the law. It's
the law. Our laws are too lenient on criminals.
I agree. I definitely agree.
What is? So what would you do? What would you prescribe?
And oh man, that's tough. Somebody molests a child. What should be the punishment?
You lucky. They're lucky. It's not me. I just straight take it to the guillotine.
It could be death. Shit. I think if people understand that the punishment for this crime is death, I think that would be a good deterrent.
So, do you think death is less cruel and unusual than castration? Because I'd rather somebody kill me than castrate me.
Oh God, that's what I'm saying. Like you're without your nuts for the rest of your life. What's the point of living? Boy, I need my nuts, man. Shit.
Yeah, I'm a plumbing, man.
Woo-wee.
I'm a master plumber.
Boy.
Nah.
I need my joint, man, for real. But either way, I'm not committing that crime. But I think just like you said, the crimes in America, the punishments in America are way too lenient. If you kill me, I get 10 years, 20 years, and I'm free. But I just took a life. You know what I mean?
What does the Bible say? A life
An
for
eye
life.
for an eye,
A
straight
life for
up.
life, you know?
A life for a life, period.
And
I think that's a big deterrent. I think it'll stop a lot of the crimes in America. I think the crime for stealing is not stiff enough in America. Like, it needs to be, but at the same time, I don't know, man.
I think that if you steal, that they should tie you up at the public square to a post and whip you like 40 times.
Yeah, it needs to be stiffer.
Yeah, you know, for stealing, like don't do that.
I get it. I'll agree with
One
that.
thing I'll say this though about this. One thing I don't agree that the judge has the power to, you know, to make that decision. I think it should be by a jury.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Yeah, because one person can be bribed. You can bribe one person. But yeah, I like that take, man. I like that take. Definitely. Let's move on to the next topic, man. So, so it says Kamala Harris admits to being an Indian, and Indian ancestry exposed by Judge Joe Brown. I guess Judge Joe Brown recently exposed Kamala and her heritage of being in India. Well, let's just watch the video. Judge Joe Brown had a lot to say, so let's watch the video and see his take. Let's watch the video.
Yeah. You know, I met a daddy, a fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica.
Now, we already saw, we know the mom is straight from the Indian subcontinent. We already know what time it is, okay? 100% Indian. Now, our father might be a little bit of a different story. Some say that he's...
Let me not watch this one. But let's get your take here. What do you think about... what do you think about the whole Kamala thing? Her being swapped in for Joe Biden, and the whole political BS that's going on right now with Megan Thee Stallion, that whole everything. What's your take on that? We can start with her. You can start. No, go ahead.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like what does being black mean really? You know, what is the standard for being black? You know, I look at, you know, you're talking about her dad, you know, he might look quote unquote Negroid, right? Just at first glance. But according to him, he's Irish and Hindu. So
but you do know people from India don't even want to be associated with black people. They look at there's like a caste system in India where the darker Indians are at the bottom and the lighter skinned Indians are at the top, just like racism here in America.
I mean, all that, you know, when we're talking about Kamala Harris as, you know, in reference to the job that she's supposed to do, I don't think all that matters anyway.
Yeah, but they're using that.
Who's using it
to garner votes, right? Because all of a sudden, before, when she ran as a senator in California, she ran as a Indian American or East Indian American.
Okay, so...
And she talked about her East Indian heritage. She never mentioned anything about being black. None of that. But now, she's a black woman running for office.
So she's a line opportunist, basically?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so she's a politician.
Basically.
So that speaks more to the constituents that voted for her. They're stupid. That you would just vote for her just because she's quote unquote black. Like that's why I say and this is another topic, but everybody don't need to vote. We need to restrict voting laws.
Ooh.
You know, I think that voting should not be universal.
I think voting should be like if you don't want to put your name into the selective services, you're not allowed to vote, in my opinion. If you can't go die for this country, you're not allowed to vote. My opinion.
I think that if I was in charge, I would say that service members get to vote, business owners get to vote, property owners get to vote. Everybody else that has no stake, no skin in the game, all these Gen Z people that are just voting to rebel or just casting their ballot, or people that are voting for representation purposes, don't vote because your vote is an international security risk. This old man got in, and like Trump said, the whole world blowing up. Like Russia invaded Ukraine. Now our tax dollars are going to Ukraine. Okay, so what else? China. If the Democrats, and I hate doing that whole binary, but if the Democratic candidate wins this election, China is going to invade Taiwan.
America's done, bro.
Yeah.
America's done, and they don't understand it.
And they're going to flood our borders. You know, they're going to open up the borders, and it's like America. We grew up in this lap of luxury, and we don't understand that it comes at a price.
It comes at a price.
And all these people that think this is just a game and think life is just going to go on as usual, there's going to be bloodshed eventually.
But let me ask you this, right? I think most of the people, the reason that we have a lot of uninformed voters, right? A lot of people that don't know what the hell they talking about, but they got the loudest opinion. They first of all, I blame the mainstream media for that. I blame the mainstream media because they do a lot of lies. They do a lot of omission of information, right? They'll leave out certain information to like trigger your emotions. And they're really, really good at that. The media, the mainstream media is a real big problem. And when I be at home with my dad arguing, I'm like, bro, he did not say this. But they'll say it just like it's facts. And they'll be like, oh yeah, I accept it. Oh, he said it. It's Fox News and CNN said he said it. But I don't know. I think the media is the biggest problem because they push out their narratives, right?
Why doesn't it work on you?
Because I learned when I graduated from college, I learned that these people on television are fake. They're fake. It took a lot of breaking a lot of programming because I was programmed. That television programs you to think a certain way. They shape how you think and your perception of life. They really shape it. Once you get that understanding that your media is your biggest enemy, you'll wake up. A lot of people haven't realized that media is their biggest enemy. That media will make you spend your dollars without you even knowing it.
I agree. I just think that everybody has the responsibility to be an individual. Me personally, I'm similar to, what you just said about you having to break a lot of programming and unlearn things. The way I am, I didn't just overnight just become like this,
I used to be a Democrat, bro.
I mean, what does that mean?
You support whatever
you support a party.
I used to look at the Republicans like, oh, what the hell's wrong with these guys? But then you understand that what made you even think like that if it wasn't that you were like when I was growing up, my parents would only watch CNN. That is it. That is what shaped our mind. That is what shaped. You know what I mean? That's all. That's the only thing we watched. So they can give you a false perception of reality. That's what the media does. But once you understand that these people are controlled by the advertisers, whatever that advertiser, whatever big pharma wants, because that's what really pushed majority of these TV shows. Yeah, big pharma points. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand these advertisers. The person that you're watching during a commercial, like all these medical things where they're trying to sell you prescription pills, they're the ones in control of this. And yeah, I think once people understand that, and But a lot of people won't because a lot of people don't really think, you know. They don't think for themselves. They let other people think for them. So.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I just, you know, like, that's why I say that we shouldn't allow everybody to vote. You know, like for me, I had to, a couple years ago, like, as I started growing spiritually, I had like you know, sort of like cognitive dissonance to where I'm like, okay, should I look at this from a Christian perspective or from a black perspective?
Yeah.
Then I realized that the two were not compatible. So I had to give up that whole, well, as a black man, I'd say this, or we as black people, no, it's just me. What serves my interests?
Facts.
And that's how everybody should think. You know, what serves the interests of yourself and your family, not your race that has, you know, somebody that may have the same skin color as me but has nothing to do with me, wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire. You know, all that, like, I think it's holding the country back.
Does it irritate you whenever you ask somebody why they want to vote for Kamala and they don't have a concrete answer?
It doesn't bother me anymore because I already know what to expect. Anybody that votes for Kamala really doesn't understand what's at stake, or they're just not honest.
They don't understand what's, like, we're in the brink of World War III. They don't understand. Like,
man, look,
they don't understand what's at stake. Just like you said, man. It's crazy.
We're on the brink of something that's never happened in this country, and that's war within our borders. You know, that happened with the Civil War, but you know, it was never no other countries ever brought a war to America.
But do you know what's going on in Europe right now?
What's that?
They're having riots. I guess
the
immigrants,
indigenous Europeans, yeah, they're sick of that.
Bro, today, right? They almost clashed in the streets. The Muslims that I guess they came over here through immigration, right? They're about to clash with the Europeans in the streets with machetes.
Yeah.
that literally is happening, and people don't understand that can happen here in America real quick.
It's going to happen here. Like, fat meat is greasy.
Boy.
Like, and when you see, the thing about Americans have no convictions over anything. Everything is so whimsical. When you deal with people that really believe the things that they profess, when people talk about inshallah and they will actually do a jihad for it.
That's what they were chanting on. That's what they were chanting today.
I'm telling you, man, like, people, man.
I don't think people are ready, man. They're not ready.
They're not ready.
They don't have weapons ready. They don't have just in case.
They don't even have the right mindset. It's people don't have any kind of.
I think we here in America, we're privileged, and they taking that privilege for granted. They have to, because they've never seen wars within their borders. Like, a lot of people have never really seen war. Only the military. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen war in my eyes, but I understand the world, and I would say I have an okay understanding of the world, but I understand human beings, and I understand what somebody will do if they're convinced of something.
Boy.
So,
yeah. We'll leave it at that, man. That's a great take. Let's see here. Let's move on to this next topic. It says a woman says that she hasn't found her husband yet because all of the unrealistic expectations women have today. And let's hear what she had to say verbatim, and we will give our input.
110%. I think I didn't find my husband yet because all the women expectations is really having the men go into a hole. Because who the hell is y'all to say y'all want a man that makes $500,000 a year? They hide because of y'all unrealistic ass expectations. Send me somebody that got enough to make sure that I got lights on, water running, I'm smiling, and we eating. Y'all asking for the most. Y'all want a man to buy y'all a boat. I can't even say it right. Y'all want a man to buy y'all a boat, a yacht, and a crib, and pay for your kids' schooling, your desires, your kids' desires. Like, that shit, you hear how unrealistic that shit sound? This how a lot of y'all women sound. Ridiculous. That's why we ain't got nobody yet, because y'all scaring them into a damn hole. Please, separate me from everybody else. Husband, come find me. You ain't gotta make $500K for me. You could make $500 if you could make that shit work all year and I'm eating.
I think what she's trying to say is, let me hear. Hold on.
What's this thing I have on my head?
Cat. I think what she's trying to say is other women are ruining it for her to find a husband. That's what she's basically trying to say. And to an extent, she's right.
That's Colin
She's right, because there's some women that put these expectations, and we see it on social media, it blows up, and we attest it to all other women. Say, oh, this is how women think, because we just say it, all of them think that way. But yeah, what's your
Is she a bad looking woman?
She look good.
She look good. I'll pay her $500. She talking about $500. I'll give you $500. Let me see your DM. Let me see who's up in your DM.
I agree with that.
Let me see who's in your phone talking about you can't find a husband. Like, stop. Like, stop the madness. Like,
there's men in her DMs right now, and she's curving them. Niggas get curved. You know what I mean?
Or check your hidden messages. You know, check your message requests.
Trust me, she sees all.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't get that twisted, man. But do I think other women are ruining it for women? I think some are.
Nah, bro.
No?
Nah. If you see something you really like, you're gonna go after it. You don't care. You know, if I see a woman in the street that I really like, I'm not gonna be like, well, all them other girls, they want 6 figures and blah blah blah. I'm not thinking about all that.
You're thinking on a woman-to-woman basis, not a collective. Okay.
I don't think that she has a deficiency of men trying to get at her. Like, just stop it. That's not why you don't have a husband. Stop the madness.
Why do you think she's still single?
Because probably a lot of women just have this fear of commitment.
You think so?
Yeah.
But they'll say you as men are scared to commit.
Man, women are the best at projection. Everything that they do, they project on men. Like, they say men have no emotional intelligence. When we get when something is wrong with men, like, for the most part, you know, we just cool, we calm, and they're like, oh, well, you have no emotions. It's not that I'm devoid of feeling. It's just that I'm not acting out on what, you know, I may feel, because I may feel like punching you in your face. But
hey, that's a little excessive, man.
Hey, am I lying though? Have you never felt like punching somebody in their face, man or woman?
A lot of women put me in an angry position, but I'll say this: I have thought about it, but you know, there's still women, so
exactly.
I gotta control my emotion. That's that emotional intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah, clap it up to that. Yeah, we got that.
But on the other hand, when women feel, and look, I'm not saying all women, I'm not saying most women, but many. When many women feel a certain way, what do? They act on it. You know, they start. You know, they go to war. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, women project a lot, and that's what I'm saying. Like, young men, stop listening to women talk and just watch what they do. Believe the actions.
Facts.
You have a lot more control over the situation than you realize.
Facts, man. That was a great point. I liked it. Let's move on. What else we got here? We got some, it says, pastor gets caught cheating, justifies it with the Bible scriptures. Let's take a look at that, see what scripture he used. We can't really verify it. We ain't got the Bible right here, but let's see what he had to say.
Exodus 21.
Is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
Here in these streets with these dirty ass hoes out here spreading their cheeks when you're supposed to be spreading the Lord's word. Why are you out here cheating?
It's only cheating if she's with another man, if she's married to another man. See, a white American tell you 2 incomes is better than 1. I'm telling you, like the Bible says, Isaiah 4:1, in that day 7 women shall cleave to 1 man. Yo. So if I already got you and I get 7 more, that's 8 for 8 years. You feel me? And that's more income. Just slipped into something like this every once in a while, you feel me, for your boy. Oh man, you can't give her all the dick.
You acting like a dog.
I'm acting like a dog. Well, I'm glad you said that, because Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 says, and I quote, that a headstrong wife shall be regarded as a bitch. So therefore, that's what you want me to refer you as? I don't want to refer to you, my queen, as a bitch, but you keep being headstrong, being mouthy too much. That's what the other women don't do. They submit, they quiet. They go get the bread and they bring it home.
To who? To you?
You're damn right. I'm the head of the house.
Not.
1 Corinthians 11 says the head of every man is Christ, the head of Christ is God, and the head of the woman is a man. She got God, Christ, man, woman. And you count it? That's not even income tax. That's called 8 women gave me their check. I don't believe in cheating. I believe in getting multiple wives.
Since 8 years is a long time.
It sure is. You know what else is long? This dick. You ready?
Dang. Okay. Does the Bible justify cheating, or what is considered as cheating?
The Bible says to love your neighbor like you would love yourself. So if you wouldn't want them to do it, don't do it. As far as having multiple wives, there's a lawful way to do it, because when it has a provision for it, and if it was wrong, then God would have never made the provision for it. It said if you're going to get another wife, the wife that you have, you cannot reduce her clothing, her food.
You gotta treat them all the same.
Yeah, and her and you know, her conjugal rights.
I agree with that. Shout out to God, man.
But you know, it's like see, like having one woman is hard enough, because you have to know her. You know, you're actually commanded to dwell with your wife according to knowledge. So you have to know her in and out. You know, you gotta know her, and I mean, like if you try to do that with more than one woman, you're just gonna be spread too thin. I think you're probably gonna die early.
Man, dealing with one woman, I think is a little bit too much, but they demand a lot, man. They demand a lot. Just to keep one woman satisfied, boy. Talk about 2, 3. Nah, I don't know how some men do it, man. I don't know some men in Africa, not here in America. It's not allowed.
Man, people do it here, man. People do it here. I mean, like we just call it something different. But you know, I don't want the audience to think that I am against monogamy, or you know, or saying that getting to know one woman is not worth it. It is very much worth it, because when you find that one woman that you click with and that you can communicate with, you know, somewhat effectively, you know, it's fun. You know, relationships are supposed to be fun. Okay. But you know, when that communication, when there's a communication barrier there, then you know you kind of lose attraction for her. You know, that's why I be telling chicks all the time, like, you know, sex is all mental. You know, it's like 90% mental, because.
Let me ask you this. So what do you think about all these polygamous relationships that are popping up on the internet here and there? You know what I mean? What do you think about those? Like,
I think they just a bunch of freaks. Like they don't care about what the scripture says. They just want to.
But it's in the scriptures. It you can have multiple women in the scriptures.
Yeah, but it has to be. You have to do it in a lawful manner. You know,
define a lawful manner.
It's got to be decent and orderly. You got to, like what I just said. If you have one wife and you're gonna get another one, you cannot reduce any of what you're already giving the other wife. And granted that you are providing those things for her, because you know even I think in Timothy says that. You know, those who cannot provide for their own household, you are worse than an infidel, and you deny the faith. So if you can't provide for yourself, or you cannot provide for one woman, you don't need to be getting all these other women.
Yeah, but I don't think if the guy couldn't provide, he would have multiple women. Like, well, there's scenarios like that. But it's very rare.
If a man and woman have sex, what happens? What can happen?
You have a kid.
Okay, so if like I got 7 wives and I impregnate all of them at one time, like how was, you know, like think about the physical and mental toll that will take on me. That's not wise.
That's not wise, but some people do it.
And they're not doing it.
How do people in Africa do it? Because I see that a lot.
Man, look at society. Look at African societies, man. Like
man, African society was thriving just fine before the Europeans came.
Is that so?
It was thriving just fine. They were doing okay.
What were they doing?
They was living their lives just like any other society.
So you don't think that the Europeans, brought any kind of infrastructure to Africa?
When you say infrastructure, define infrastructure. Or do you mean order?
I'm talking about modern infrastructure. Roads and commerce. All that. You don't think that the Europeans had anything to do with what Africa looks like now? Because there are some parts of Africa where people still live in the bush.
So let's break it down like this. Europeans before, first of all, the Europeans were taught by the Moors who were black. Let's go. If we're gonna go there, let's go all the way back. So you didn't teach Africans nothing. I don't think they taught Africans anything beneficial.
Where were the Moors from?
They were I don't know, they were travelers, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? We can't just be saying things that we can't
substantiate.
We can't say things without substantiating.
But this is what they taught Europeans how to read and write and things like that, right?
Can you source that?
I'm sure I can find it on the internet.
There's a lot of Negro urban legends that we just go by. Like it's just like historical fact. And we gotta stop doing that.
All right. So let me ask you this. So Egyptians, you think that the Egyptians weren't more sophisticated than the Europeans?
In which era?
The European society has been, I think we're going off topic. Let's rear it back. Let's rear it back. That's another topic for another day, man. Yeah. We'll talk about that another day. We're going off topic. But that was a little interesting topic there, man. On our next one, it says Ryan Garcia tells people to boycott the Olympics after they showed this on the opening ceremony. So a lot of people had issues with the Olympics and the opening ceremony. Let's go and take a look at what Ryan Garcia had to say. He's crazy. But I ain't gonna call him crazy. I don't know what he's gonna do. But let's see what he has to say and get right into it.
Forming the song, hey, costumes?
What are you laughing at?
It's a cartoon, bro. It's a cartoon, dog.
What do you mean a cartoon?
It's not serious. Like how? These people want us to take them seriously.
This is supposed to depict the
Last Supper.
The Last Supper.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like I'm watching a cartoon to depict the Last Supper. Like, these are not serious people.
Okay. So do you think? What do you think about the opening ceremony? They had the horse with the horsemen. I guess what the Revelation horse or whatever. What is it called? I don't even know what it's called. They depicted that during the opening ceremony, meaning that it was supposed to represent something like death and famine was supposed to come.
Yeah, they're mocking the scriptures. That's what they're doing.
You don't think these symbolisms mean things?
As far as what?
First of all, they got to show you before they carry it out, right?
They don't have that much power.
You don't think they have power?
They have as much power as we give them.
Okay, if you say so.
Like they, I mean, like.
Let me tell you like this.
We talk about
they had enough power to shut the world down during COVID.
People, did they shut you down?
They shut everybody down.
Did they shut you? They didn't shut everybody down.
They shut everybody. Well, what could you do during the pandemic?
What could you do?
Yeah,
I was driving everywhere on $1 gas.
Man,
I was going everywhere. Like I was like for real.
Yeah.
They are only as powerful as we make them. Like they are just people. A consensus. People are too afraid. People are too afraid of the consensus. Like, just because somebody has a majority or a popular opinion on something, that doesn't mean they're right, and that doesn't mean that I have to abide by their opinion or their prescriptions or anything like that. Like, I mean, it's these. I mean, bro, you telling me these people got power? Like, come on.
Let me tell you like this: they had enough power to control us. Like, the only reason that we're awakening now is because we have social media, bro. Before social media, it was television. Whatever was on that television, we were like, people are still brainwashed by this television. Like, they can control your mind. The mind control.
So why did you wake up?
Why did I wake up? I woke up because
You just chosen.
I'm a chosen one, bro. Like, it's not everybody's gonna wake up. Not everybody's gonna wake up from their sleep.
I respect it, but I think that you woke up because you wanted something different for your life.
You think so?
That's the only way that
I woke up because I stumbled across one video that I seen when I was in college. Then that sparked something for me to keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. I got into a depression. It was bad.
I feel you.
I got into a depression. I was scared. I was like, man, this people. Then you realize that you don't control none of this shit.
So who does?
The powers that be.
I think that God has control. God has not control, but God has sovereignty over everything. So everything that is because God allowed it.
Okay.
But but then somebody say, well, like, why do you say that, or how can you say that? Well, it's because, like, I read the scriptures a lot, and God actually delegated a lot of power and authority to his people. But when his people don't act on that power and authority because of unbelief, you got these fat abominations mocking us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like I said, I don't take them seriously. What are they gonna do? Like, chase me? Like, she's fat. Oh, this fat abomination, man. Come on, man. Like, I'm supposed to be scared of them.
Well, you got a point. But I think, just like you said, we got more power than we think. I think as the collective wake up, which is going to be very hard because we're all brainwashed, I think things will change eventually. I think they're losing power day by day. The more people people leave, what is it called? Television, what is it? Analog and all that, and move to social media and go digital.
Well, they control social media.
Yeah. I'm shadow banned on Instagram. I'm shadow banned. Man, it's Zuckerberg. Man, he a piece of it. Man, I ain't even gonna say it. Zuckerberg, man, he still controls a lot, man. He controls a lot. He controls what you see. I remember on Instagram, a Kamala Harris post. I commented something underneath. Blocked. Instagram blocked it. I'm like, what? Like, you can't. They won't let you post certain things. Like, they won't let you make certain comments. They'll block you.
I had reposted something 50 Cent posted. I think it was about Diddy or somebody, maybe it was somebody political.
Yeah.
And I got a strike on my account.
On Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Yeah, that's real.
I was like, yo, I was just reposting something.
Yeah, but this is what we're talking about when Trump was saying during the last election, right? When the information came out about Joe Biden's son.
Yeah, and the laptop.
And they told everybody it was fake news. But come to find out, it was real. You're laughing.
I know, because it's just like, that's all you got to tell people. Oh, it's not real. And then they're like, okay, it's not real. Like,
bruh, the dude left his laptop at some kind of shop or something like that, a repair shop.
Repair shop.
The repairman found it. It was like, oh, he turned it into the FBI. I don't know what he did with it. The dude had all sorts of foolery in there. And they told everybody it was fake news, just so Joe Biden can get into the office.
Well, let me ask this though. You know, come to think, you are a high-ranking public official,
yeah,
and you know, your laptop breaks down, you just gonna take it to like a regular repair shop?
But the thing is, the dude be, I don't think he's in the right mind. Like you would take it to a repair shop, I guess.
I mean, just
think about it. You depending on what's in that laptop though.
Yeah, that's
you gotta
true.
think about it. Depending on, he probably didn't think that people would know that he's Joe Biden's son, even though his
name is Hunter
Biden. But he left it there and never came and got it. That's how.
That even sounds fishy. Like,
Yeah.
why would he do that? Like, was he trying to make a story?
Allegedly, he does. So you don't know what that does to your brain. You know what I mean?
This whole Joe Biden family, like, they just weird. I don't even think that's the real Joe Biden. Bro.
That's not the real one.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that's not the real one.
Like,
you know how they figured it out? They did a picture of him, the original one, standing next to Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton. Then the real one is taller. I mean, the fake one is taller.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know it. Then they can tell through his earlobes.
Yeah, his ears. Yeah.
A lot of people be like, "Oh, that's fake." Man, a lot of people don't know that's not the real Joe Biden.
It looks like a mask, and
man, a lot of people do not know that's not the real Joe Biden.
Yeah, it don't even sound the same. Like,
let's wrap this. Let's move on to the next one, man. We got a few more to go here. This is we're gonna have a little fun here. You familiar with these balloon pop challenges?
Yeah.
Would you ever go on one?
Nah.
I think it's fun, man. I'd go on one of those just to have a laugh. You know what I mean? But let's watch one here. We have an interesting one. It says he went in. They did a pop the balloon show in New Orleans, and the man tore them up. Let's hear what they got to say. Let's watch this.
Why you didn't pop your balloon, love?
Cause he got on black and looked like he a murderer. Yeah, and I'm into that.
Next dude, come out, please.
Boy, you dressed like a 9-1 alligator.
Next gentleman, come out, please.
You giving Black Jeffrey Dahmer. We might not need date night after your school. You just giving serial killer like.
Before y'all pop the balloons, let me bless y'all right quick. Before y'all pop the balloons, let me pop y'all heart. Bless them right quick, too. Bless them. Supplies for y'all, the children. Only one of them know. All right. Take one food and pass that bitch around.
All right, so was that you good, huh?
Facts, hold on.
All right, wait.
Let me get that. Let me get that, love. Thank you, baby. Little jambalaya, I work on bourbon. What you laughing at? Fuck you laughing at? I work on bourbon with your baby daddy. You work at Louisiana.
All right, so
slow ass dishwashing ass nigga, man.
He just doing too much for me.
Oh, you're not doing enough. I be fucked up.
I know that's right.
Man, say, get a little Easter egg. Slide out the way.
I'm not a SmackDown versus Raw type of girl. It's giving John Cena or whatever like that. So.
You giving a single mother on a Tyler Perry movie. That's what you giving. Why did I catch a bus coming to a theater near you?
He's doing too much and he talking too smart for me.
Facts. All right, little jean jacket.
Look.
Say, listen. Check this out. She been tripping ever since she got shot on Set It Off and died in the back seat.
Okay, I can't take enough of it. I'm tired of this. It's just a little too foolery for me. Boy, I don't want to hear none of that. But yeah. Last thing. Let's talk about this economy, man. I guess on Friday we had a stock market crash. Am I saying that right? Stock market crash. What do you think is going on in the economy? Do you think what do you think is going on in the economy?
Man, I mean, for starters, we're in a recession. I think that a lot of these crashes have a lot to do with speculation, the trends on the buying power of the dollar, and
you think is overdue, or because it's been speculated that this was supposed to happen a long time ago.
Oh no, crashes. We've already, as far as recession, we're knee deep in a recession. Like but a crash is coming, like inevitably, and you know that's the importance of. That's the importance of you know, who gets in the White House, because you know, just you know, before 2020, you know, we were having a lot of we had like the economy was rolling, like people were getting money.
Facts.
I mean, the morale of the country was high despite all the nonsense the media was spewing.
Man, the media, like I said, controls a lot.
Yeah, man, and you know, just you know, I think Donald Trump's presidency exposed how complicit, you know, career politicians are with, you know, trying to rob the masses of their you know, of their wealth.
Facts.
You know, with all this taxation, and you know, when politicians start saying we're going to implement this for your own good, you know, they have to implement it somehow. Yeah. And with implementation, you have to build, you have to have like people to implement it, and so that's where we get bureaucracies and administrations and all that. You know, people talk about Project 2025. I read some of it. I'm for it. You know, I'm for, you know, decentralizing power and breaking up all these bureaucracies and putting power back into the decision of the citizen.
Facts.
You know, it's just, man, there's just so much going on that people don't understand what's at stake in this election. You know, Donald Trump's talking about energy independence.
Facts.
If you have more energy, I mean, just think about it on a biological basis. If you don't have a lot of energy, or if you need more energy than you're actually producing, your body is going to start feeding on itself, and it's going to start breaking itself down. Now, when you have an abundance of energy, then you're more productive, you're more creative, you're more upbeat, you can do more things. You know, in a sense.
When he said energy dependent, he was talking more about producing oil.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, you know, you relate that same thing to a country. If energy is abundant, then, you know, there's more movement. You know, there's more freedom of movement. You know, things can be transported more easily. You know, there's more. You know, the prices of
gasoline will go down.
Yeah,
price of living will go down.
Yeah, you know, the production will go up. We talking about prices are high. The only way you get down prices is you create, you know, you increase production and thus lowering the demand.
Facts.
So
I think that's day one. Joe Biden
killed that Keystone Pipeline.
Keystone Pipeline. Dude shut down the pipeline that America had and started buying oil from Russia.
Our enemies, yeah.
Like that, how does that make any sense?
That's what I'm saying. So like when people talk about, oh, I'm just gonna vote for her.
Like what?
I'm like, you don't understand how this is. You're going against your own interests.
They don't understand it.
You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like all this race, all this fake race talk. Like I'm not with it, man. Like I'm just not.
Yeah. Hopefully, let's hope before the election, some people wake up.
They not gonna wake up, man.
Enough people are waking up.
They not. Like, man, look, Donald Trump won last time. I don't care what anybody.
I don't care what nobody said. That man won last time.
Yeah, I think he won California. I think California's just so corrupt.
Corrupt as hell. He won the last time. You can see people throwing away ballots, chunking Donald Trump ballots. Even they had video. A lot of people were prosecuted for stuffing ballots, bro. No, this is facts. A lot of people.
I kind of got upset and just stopped following it. But
I'm telling you, a lot of people. If you watch the video, they had video cameras in the. I forgot what. I think it was Fulton County or something like that.
Georgia.
In Georgia,
Yeah.
you see, Trump was winning the election.
Yeah.
Night, something happened.
Yeah,
they cleared the whole place, and you see them bringing in ballots out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Bro, this video was out there, but you're never gonna see that in the mainstream media. You're never gonna see it.
They said that the pipes burst in the arena.
We niggas ain't stupid, because I was there election night. Trump was winning. We wake up, Trump lost. Like what?
And he was winning by
a lot. He was winning by a lot. And then when he challenged it, they said, "Oh, bruh." Yeah, a lot is going on in America, man. But eventually, people will wake up. They'll wake up when times get hard enough. They'll wake up. Just let Kamala win. They'll be forced to wake up.
We're done as a nation. Like,
bro, they don't understand.
Let me ask you this.
They don't understand what's at stake.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that this election season is going to put some kind of it's gonna add some kind of like animosity towards men and women? Do you think that's gonna happen?
It's already happening because you see a lot of women saying these black men they're going for Trump, but they don't understand what we see. You know what I mean? I understand, but one of the false things that they've been confused by is them saying, "Oh, we're losing our reproductive rights." Whatever Kamala is saying, "Oh, when I get in office, I'm gonna reinstate." She can't do that. Because the Supreme Court already shut it down. Like the Supreme Court already shut it down. There's nothing she can do. Any bill that comes up will be shut down.
I think that's just more ignorance on people because Roe versus Wade, the striking down of that, it did not outlaw abortion.
Exactly.
All it did was just send it back to the states.
That's all it did. But the thing is, when Kamala's talking, she's like, she always says the Trump abortion ban. Why? Trump wasn't even in office when they struck it down.
Trump, he appointed the federal judges that were pro-life. But my thing is, like, people need to pay attention to language. Yeah. Nobody is stopping anybody the right to reproduce. If anything, they're actually supporting the right to kill.
But the thing is, they don't use that word. They use what is the word that they like using?
Euphemisms.
No. There's a word. What is it? Pro-life or no? Not pro-life.
Pro-choice.
Pro-choice. Instead of saying the word
pro-death.
Pro-death, the right to kill. Yeah, it's the language. Just like you said, the language. Just change the language. It'll soften it up on what I'm doing. Like you can't. But you're really taking life. Let's get that.
Yeah, you can't fool a wordsmith, man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like abortion. I think, me personally, abortion is between a man and a woman. If my woman decides to get an abortion without my consent, she should go to jail.
Yeah, but the law says otherwise.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we become lawless.
Yeah. So, shout out to that, man. Man, we had a great show today, man. We had a great show. Big O came out here, blessed the podcast. It was great having you, man.
I appreciate that, man.
It was great having you, G. Hopefully you come back and bless the podcast again. But you want to say any last words before we round it up?
Yeah, just, take everything within its context. Don't isolate any kind of speech because, you're really just distorting reality. Witchcraft is just, what do witches do? They control you by manipulating you somehow, and, they cast a spell on you by basically they make you believe a word that, you take it out of its context, and then they control you by that. So don't fall victim to witchcraft.
Most definitely. It was great having you, and this does it for our show. Hopefully, come back, bless our podcast again. But in the meantime, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next episode. And we are out.